the story behind the movie Invincible, the new Disney movie that's been out in the last couple of weeks, how he walked on to the Philadelphia Eagles, got a tryout with the Philadelphia Eagles many years ago, and made the team.
Great story. It was a great movie. I went and saw it.
Did you?
I'm not an Eagles fan, but I tell you what, it was a good movie. And, Denny, if they were to make a movie about you, what do you think the title of that would be? Any idea?
Yeah, I haven't given that any thought yet. Someday. And for the car buffs, Vince Papale is riding in a 1960 Nash Metropolitan.
Hi, guys.
One of the cars in the Lambda Car Club. Behind our Grand Marshal, you see there members of the Pennsylvania Capitol Police.
Montgomery County is represented by the portrayal of Governor Samuel W. Pennypacker riding in a period-style carriage with a horse and driver.
Actually, I believe the police have, they may be doing other work. We're actually getting something from the Pennypacker Mills now, featuring Governor Pennypacker, who was governor at the time of the Capitol being built 100 years ago.
That's right. He was an officer of the construction and dedication of the Capitol 100 years ago. This is representing Montgomery County. As our viewers can see, they're riding in a period-style carriage with the horse and driver, Governor Pennypacker. Denny was telling me he's hoping those hats come back in style one day.
Oh, yeah. I'm working on the beard now that goes with it. Here we have some members of the Pennsylvania Capitol Police and the color guard there.
The Capitol Police.
And Denny, I do work at the state capitol, and I tell you what, the police, they are on their toes all the time. A lot of improvements, a lot of security measures, and they really got to watch out what's going on. They do a good job.
Our first official band of the Pennsylvania.
You got more Pennsylvania State Capitol Police on bicycles there. One of our, the first of our 16 slated bands for today, the Karn City High School Band from Karn City, Pennsylvania.
85 participants under the band director, Miss Dorinda Egner. Purple and gold, Karn City.
Their version of God Bless America for the VIP section in front of us, or actually behind us and in front of the state capitol. There you can see this section, the Capitol Rotunda.
Wink 104 is giving away some tickets for the VIP section on here.
That's right. That's the station that I work for, mornings, Monday through Friday on the Wink Wake Up Show. So some of our listeners in those seats back there. The Mechanicsburg Minutemen Color Guard from VFW 6704 is next. There they are.
General John Hartranft, camp number 15.
Next up is General John Hartranft from camp number 15.
Is next.
And the Sons of Union's veterans of the Civil War.
Since 1885.
That's right, Denny. That the Sons of Union's Veterans and Civil War has been in existence as an organization in Harrisburg since 1885, and as you can see, they proudly wear the Civil War period uniforms and carry the camp banner and other colors of that order.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest coming down our way now. In a 1962 Imperial convertible is Rebecca House, who today celebrates her 100th birthday.
There you see a 1962 Imperial convertible. Inside there is Rebecca House, who we are told is celebrating her 100th birthday today.
Wow.
And on the 100th birthday celebration of the Capitol, of course that's why we're here, for the Pennsylvania Capitol Centennial Celebration.
Our first balloon of the parade, carried by Cooperative.
And Denny, you can put your fears aside because the balloons are flying.
Oh, there
the
you go.
balloons are flying.
And there is the first one of our helium-filled balloons. It's the star, or actually, yes, the star with the Centennial logo on it.
Representing Adams County, Gettysburg High School Band.
And as you can hear, coming up right behind that balloon,
Including marching the
another marching band is on the way. Another great shot of the Capitol will come to there.
Also performing at 5
And there is the Gettysburg High School Marching Band from Adams County down in Gettysburg.
Band director is Mr. Matthew Alusi. 145 total members in the band. Long history with this band. They were founded in 1928 and they've performed for 4 U.S. presidents. Denny, the Gettysburg Band has also performed in 9 different states, and they participated in the National Cherry Blossom Parade, the Citrus Bowl, the Gator Bowl, and the Indy 500.
Gettysburg High School Marching Band.
They were one step ahead of us. They were wearing hats in the ring.
The Bedford County Historical Society, also known as the Pioneer Historical Society of Bedford County Incorporated, was formed in 1937-38. The purpose of the Bedford County Historical Society is to collect, preserve, protect, and
There is the next up, the Bedford County Historical Society.
Bedford County. The society maintains
In the truck there on that float.
genealogical library.
They're also known as the Pioneer Historical Society of Bedford County. That was formed back in 1937. As you can see, that float bears a replica of the 138th Pennsylvania Volunteer Infantry, for which Bedford County furnished volunteers for companies D, E, and F of that regiment. It is the first known reproduction made of that flag since America's Civil War.
Next up, another one of our
Ladies and gentlemen,
balloons.
this is the largest flag
The
in
largest
the parade.
flag of the parade, largest balloon in the parade, the Old Glory American flag. It's being held down by a lot of people.
That's right. All wearing the wonderful event staff t-shirts that some of us were lucky to receive. Well, it might not be in comparison to Macy's, but I tell you what, that's still pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely very large. There's about 30 people holding on to it, make sure it doesn't get away.
Home of the Chief.
There you go, you can see a great shot of it.
System was developed in Butler by the American Bantam Car Company of the United States Army during World War II. This car represents the Butler County Historical Society.
That truck there, that little car, little truck from the Butler County Historical Society.
That's right, Denny. Butler County is actually home of the Jeep. It was called the Bantam Reconnaissance Car. It's the ancestor of today's Jeep.
Next up, another marching band. This group from the Upper St. Clair High School.
Band director, Mr. Don Pickle. 140 participants in this band.
Assisted by Kira Hanna, Patrick Jones, Don Moscowi, and Paul Fox.
an outstanding performance out at Walt Disney World's Main Street during the Magic Kingdom Special Magic Parade. They also plan to play in the Celebrate the Season Parade in Pittsburgh on November the 25th.
Next up, from Fayette County, the Fayette County Women's Suffrage, 1848 to 1920. This group from Scottsdale, Pennsylvania.
16 participants. As you can see, the ladies are wearing Victorian-era costumes, including accessories. And great thing is, all proceeds earned by the group's marches are donated to local charities.
As a special tribute to the ladies of that time, we have chosen to represent women's suffrage 1848 to 1920 for the Capitol Centennial Celebration.
Well, it looks like the rain's let up.
I was just about to say that. You notice the rain has indeed stopped.
So if you're watching us at home, put on a jacket, get on out here. Downtown Harrisburg, we're having a good time.
The Reading Berks chapter of the Pennsylvania Guild of Craftsmen.
Next up, coming by us is the Reading Berks Guild of Craftsmen from Blandon, Pennsylvania.
Organization. Our purposes are to promote
24 participants in this float, organized in 1945. They have 225 members, which is the largest chapter in the state organization. Their purpose? Promote and protect the interests of craftsmen across the state.
types of traditional and contemporary crafts. The chapter sponsors the monthly TV show, Your Berks County Craftsmen, on Berks County Community Television. The Reading Berks Guild of Craftsmen.
With that tractor, they also have a monthly television show called Your Berks Craftsman, which is seen on Berks Community Television. Now, Denny, any idea? W-I-N-K.
Yeah, Wink 104, the station where I work weekday mornings, 5:30 till 10 on the Wink Wake Up Show, the radio and media sponsor for this event today and throughout the next several days. That's Wink 104, located here in Harrisburg, owned by Cumulus Media. And some of our sister stations as well, owned by Cumulus Media. We all share the same address, right here in Harrisburg. That right there is 93.5 WTPA, the Rock of Central Pennsylvania. Next is an AM station that is part of the Cumulus Media group here in Harrisburg. 1400 The Touch, which services the Harrisburg city area.
And Hot 92.
And there goes a vehicle from one of our other sister stations, Hot 92, also located here in Harrisburg.
Chance to tell you, Denny, that you and the morning crew do an excellent job. It's a station I listen to in the morning, getting ready for work. The on-air talent, the giveaways, the prizes. It's a good time.
Well, thank you, Bill. What do I owe you for that? That's not even on our script here. Wow. Some of the younger folks enjoying the parade.
All the way from Altoona.
Yeah, another marching band here. One of the 16 bands participating today, the Altoona Area High School Marching Band.
One of the largest high school marching bands in our parade today, the Altoona Area High School Marching Band.
180 participants in this band under the direction of Mr. Larry Detweiler. They got first place at the last year parade in Norfolk, Virginia. Look at the size of this.
Yeah, 180 kids, as you mentioned,
in Norfolk, Virginia.
Taking up a good half a block here on 3rd Street in Harrisburg in front of the Capitol.
And this is just representing grades 10 through 12. I got to tell you, that was pretty impressive.
That was pretty good, yeah. And it's easier to judge when you have zero musical ability.
All the way from Altoona. Vinny, I'm still looking for those Shriners, I tell you. I tell you what.
From Bucks County,
Shriner Watch 06.
the Washington Crossing Reenactors
From
Society.
the Bucks County region, here we have the Washington Crossing Reenactors Society, one of the largest floats, actually the largest float we've seen so far.
Christmas Day in 1776.
And then here it comes on, it's coming up here on camera. It's the volunteers participate in the annual reenactment of the crossing of the Delaware by George Washington, who's on Christmas Day in 1776. These reenactors have participated in inaugural parades for Presidents George Bush and George W. Bush in D.C., along with Governors Tom Ridge and Edwin Dell in Harrisburg.
Float is David Christian, the most decorated and youngest American officer in the Vietnam War. Christian led a reconnaissance platoon that gained the nickname Christian's Butchers for their success. Christian's service in Vietnam ended when he was severely burned by napalm.
Now then you can see Mr. David Christian. Mr. Christian is the most decorated and the youngest American officer in the Vietnam War. He led a reconnaissance platoon that gained the nickname Christian's Butchers for their success. His service in Vietnam ended when he was severely burned by napalm, and 33 surgeries later to fix that damage.
Wow.
He was the U.S. Army's youngest retired captain. And another side note, Mr. Christian gave the final speech dedicating the Vietnam Memorial.
Next up, we have a group representing the State Library of Pennsylvania.
The library now serves the government and citizens of our state.
State Library established in 1745. It has a rich history and collection of Pennsylvania newspapers, rare books, and a special collection that includes books and maps dating all the way back to 1493.
There's another one of our helium-filled balloons in the parade, a patriotic star there. And now tricks being performed by the people holding that balloon.
That was completely impromptu.
That looked rehearsed.
The Sarah Area High School Marching Redskins are a 58-member marching band that is comprised of 37 wings, 10 percussion, 7 flags.
Another great shot there of the Capitol.
Students in the band range from 7th through 12th grades.
Here comes another one of our many bands today, the Sayre High School Marching Band, the Marching Redskins from Sayre, Pennsylvania.
Members of this
58 participants, 37 wind, 10 percussion, 7 flags, 2 majorettes, and color guard. Students in the band range from 7th through 12th grade, the Marching Redskins.
Next up is a group from Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, and Carbon County, the Switchback Gravity Railroad Foundation.
They were founded 20 years ago to memorialize Pennsylvania's first railroad. Now they have over 100 members. And of course, the railroad played a prominent role in opening the anthracite coal fields of eastern Pennsylvania to commerce. It served as an important part of the region, becoming the birthplace of the American Industrial Revolution. You can see an actual mine coal car and a miner dressed in mining attire.
From the Cambria Heights Middle School in Patton, Pennsylvania, the Cambria County float was designed by men of the Cambria Heights School District. The school district consists of a rural area that spans several communities and townships in the northern.
Next up, there is a float from the Cambria Heights Middle School.
By 7th and 8th grade students using various medias and techniques.
Yeah, Denny, the murals that you see painted there on display were painted by 7th and 8th grade students using various techniques. The float depicts various historical sites throughout Cambria County. They're from Patton, Pennsylvania.
One of my favorite parts of the parade just went by us. It was the pretzel shopping cart. And I'm not kidding. I couldn't get her attention. There's somebody everybody recognizes, Smokey the Bear, representing the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources.
Along with Smokey is a 5-ton 6x6 FedEx tanker.
More vehicles as a part of the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources here in Pennsylvania. There goes that pretzel lady again. How do we get her over here, Bill?
From Lehighton, Pennsylvania, the Lehighton Area High School Indian Pride Band, 86 members under the direction.
Another one of our marching bands coming by us here, the Lehighton Area High School Indian Pride Band.
86 participants under the direction of band director Mr. Ryan Boffington. Lehighton, Pennsylvania.
Start to their day to drive to Harrisburg to be a part of the celebration today. As we mentioned earlier, almost half of the counties in the state have some representation here in the parade today. Next up is the Cumberland County Historical Society.
The old Cumberland County Courthouse. The old courthouse.
Yeah, Denny, their float is a model of the old Cumberland County Courthouse. And get this, the old courthouse was built back in 1846, and a front pillar bears the scars of the Civil War when it's hit by a cannonball on July the 1st of 1863. From Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pennsylvania State Police Motorcycle Patrol.
There you see a couple of officers from the Pennsylvania State, State Police Motorcycle Patrol.
Pennsylvania State Police first utilized motorcycles in 1919, and their primary mission was to assist in criminal investigations, but with the increased production of automobiles, their role soon switched to traffic law enforcement.
I can attest to that. Next up, another one of our marching bands. You can see them coming there from Conestoga, the Conestoga High School Marching Pioneers from Berwyn.
And then we got another big one, 209 participants under the direction of band director Mr. James Josephs. It's a prominent suburban school in Chester County near Philadelphia.
Conestoga ranks among the nation's top achieving high schools. This year, members of the band will fly to Hawaii to perform during spring break festivities.
sure most high school bands are lucky to get a bus trip to McDonald's. This band is flying to Hawaii to perform during the spring break festivities. How about that?
Yeah, no, that is lucky. What high school kid would not want to be in Hawaii for spring break? For that matter, anybody of any age.
No wonder there's 209 participants in the band.
Yeah, I'd have tried out too if I had a shot at getting a trip to Hawaii. Yeah.
Football team has 10 players, band 209. You're going to Hawaii. Hey.
No, they'll love it. It's beautiful there. Been lucky enough to be there a couple of times.
Wow, all right.
We're going to hear a little more here coming up from the Conestoga High School Marching Pioneers right now.
Did we mention that band's flying to Hawaii to perform during the spring break festivities?
Wonder if they need any chaperones. Well, 209 kids are going to need to charter their own plane, that's for sure. Lieutenant Governor there enjoying the marching band.
Gotta love stilts.
Yep. Tried that one time, nothing that high. And juggling on them, no less. A tall Uncle Sam doing the juggling on the stilts. Being followed there by another one of our helium-filled balloons in the Pennsylvania Treasures Parade. Here on opening day of the celebration, the Pennsylvania Capital's Centennial.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of Pennsylvania's
next up there, in a 1972 Buick Centurion convertible, our very own Miss Pennsylvania.
That's right, Miss Nicole Brewer. Denny, I wish we had some more information on Miss Pennsylvania. I'm not really sure where she's from or...
Want me to run out there and ask her?
She could probably hear you if you scream.
It looks like she's waving right to me.
From Lebanon County and the Lebanon Valley Tourism Promotion Agency, this float exhibiting the Union Canal Tunnel, which is the oldest transportation tunnel in America.
Hey, there you are.
Maybe she requested that shot.
Well, Denny, we're having a good time.
And the rain has stopped, so it's a very nice day. We're in the low 60s right now, so jacket, long sleeve weather, but not uncomfortable by any stretch. Going by us right now, a float from my home county, Lebanon County, from the Lebanon Valley Tourism Promotion Agency.
And its director, Samuel K. Fisher. Pleased to represent Crawford County in the Pennsylvania Treasures Parade.
Denny, that float exhibits the Union Canal Tunnel, which is the oldest transportation tunnel in America.
And another one of our high school bands coming by us now, the Middletown Area High School Band from very nearby Middletown, PA.
That's right, representing Dauphin County, 65 to 70 participants in the band. Band director is Mr. Sam Fisher. In the fall of 2002, the band performed for President George W. Bush.
Marching band from Middletown, Pennsylvania.
Coming by us now, another musical entrant to the parade, the Pennsylvania Reserve Volunteer Corps from close by in Camp Hill.
Yeah, Denny, it's a group of Civil War reenactors that portray units that were part of the original Pennsylvania Reserve Volunteer Corps that was established by Governor Andrew Curtin when the Civil War broke out in 1861.
The Civil War broke out in 1861. All of the units represent Pennsylvania units that fought in the Civil War. Most of the individual groups have been in the hobby for over 10 years and realistically portray the soldier and civilian of the Civil War period.
Looks like they're going to perform right for Lieutenant Governor.
finest institutions in Pennsylvania, the Scotland School in Scotland, Pennsylvania.
Next marching by us there are representatives from the Scotland School.
Their sweatshirts say the Scotland School Drill Team.
For the past 200 years, Clearfield County has grown and processed trees into lumber. The Clearfield County
Some of the many people in the VIP section there enjoying great seats on the Capitol steps for the Pennsylvania Treasures Parade today as we kick off the celebration of Pennsylvania's Capitol Centennial.
Today, the forests of Clearfield County
Another float coming through us here now, the Clearfield County Historical Society and their float from Luthersburg.
Sorry, Danny, for the past 200 years, Clearfield County has grown and processed trees into lumber. This parade entry highlights the industry and how methods of harvesting and transporting timber to market have changed in the past 100 years. Pennsylvania is the top producer of hardwood lumber in the United States. Timber to Market 2006, Clearfield County.
I learned something.
That's what it's all about.
Next up, you can hear in the background and see coming, marching towards us right now, the Berlin Fife and Drum Corps from Berlin, PA.
They were organized back in 1782 by George Johnson upon his return to Berlin from the Revolutionary War. Next year will mark the 225th anniversary. They are noted as the oldest continuous fife and drum corps in the United States.
They are noted as the oldest continuous fife and drum corps in the United States. Over the years, the corps has performed for U.S. claims, state governors, and other dignitaries.
Berlin Fife and Drum Corps under their band director, Mr. Jim Darr.
Open stage of Harrisburg, the capital area's professional regional theater, presents a Victorian horse-drawn carriage accompanied by costume characters and carolers from the cast of A Christmas Carol, which will be
Some folks might recognize this guy, Denny.
That man resembles Abe Lincoln.
Mr. Jim Getty there, playing Abraham Lincoln.
Has been producing theater in downtown Harrisburg since 1990.
Horse-drawn carriage and driver from the Willow Bend Stables.
Next you see there in a 1968 Galaxy is the Marauder from Millersville University.
Pennsylvania mascot from Millersville University.
Attended Millersville for a couple of years.
I was wondering how you knew it was the Marauder. Looks like we're looking at the open stage of Harrisburg, the capital area's professional regional theater.
I believe A Christmas Carol has become a holiday tradition for the open stage of Harrisburg.
That's right, and be presented at the Whitaker Center December 20th through the 23rd. As you can see, they're dressed in costumes for A Christmas Carol.
From the the sweetest place in Pennsylvania.
Here we go.
There, everybody recognizes characters from Hershey.
Pennsylvania.
Hershey's Chocolate, and see those characters running around Hershey Park if you make it there during the summer season. The Hershey's Chocolate Bar and Reese's Peanut Butter Cup strolling by us. What little kid doesn't love candy?
She's waiting for it.
She was between the grabbing motion with her hands. Did you see that?
That's it? That's what she's thinking. That's it? Pennsylvania's Apple Queen.
Pennsylvania's Apple Queen. Followed by the Apple Corps Band.
You can hear the Apple Corps Band playing behind the Apple Queen, and there they are now, atop that flatbed truck.
They were formed in 1976 to participate in area festivities to celebrate the country's bicentennial. This year, the Apple Corps Band is proud to celebrate its 30th anniversary.
Different styles of music and occasions ranging from picnics, parades, festivals, patriotic and veterans programs at nursing homes and the Pennsylvania Farm Show. This is the 30th anniversary for the Apple Corps Band, Ashford, Pennsylvania.
The band director of the Apple Corps Band is Miss Donna Kim Hartz. And Denny, I'm sure our viewers are noticing that a number of vehicles going by there. The thought is to have one car represent each decade. Started in the 50s and the 60s, getting close to the 70s.
And there is one of those cars now from the Dauphin County Historical Society.
Their mission of the Dauphin County Historical Society is to collect, preserve, exhibit, and interpret the history and heritage of Dauphin County. That is a 1931 Rolls Royce owned by Vance McCormick, who was the mayor of Harrisburg during the construction of the Capitol. The Historical Society of Dauphin County was founded way back in 1869.
That is a cool looking car.
From Harrisburg, the Folklorico Tomatlan Group Dance Ensemble was created with the vision of preserving and
Next by us is the Folklorico Tomatlan Society
in central Pennsylvania
and some of their dancers.
introducing Mexican arts and culture to other communities in the region.
That's right, Denny. Out throughout central Pennsylvania, they go and they present their Mexican dances.
Folklore. The company seeks to increase public awareness and understanding of how Mexican culture united us.
I've seen this group perform a couple times here at the state capitol, and it's pretty good. They want to increase the public awareness and understanding of how Mexican culture united us.
From Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, the Mid-Atlantic
Some dogs in
Great
front of
Dane
us here
Rescue.
from the Mid-Atlantic Great Dane Rescue.
Mid-Atlantic Great Dane Rescue is a volunteer organization.
10 dogs
that helps
and their
both
owners. The pets are
humans
Great Danes
pets.
and mixed Dane
Nowadays,
dogs.
pets are Great Danes and mixed Dane dogs. And those people are all those who have or want
And Denny, in high school, I had a pug,
of a Great Dane.
which was about the size of that one dog's foot. Some big animals.
Here come the Franklin Silver Cornet Band from Franklin, PA.
This band was founded in 1856, one of America's oldest traditional bands from Venango County. This summer, the band celebrated its 150th anniversary with concerts in the city park.
One of America's oldest traditional bands. Composed entirely of volunteers from throughout the community, the band provides live music for the citizens of Venango County. This group of dedicated volunteers continues to keep the tradition of American small-town bands alive. This summer, the band celebrated its 150th anniversary with concerts in the city park.
Venango County, they're composed entirely of volunteers throughout the community.
Another one of our classic automobiles.
Here comes another car
1960 Rambler American.
from the Dauphin County Historical Society there. What do we have there, Bill?
Pennsylvania.
The Uncle Sam balloon, balloon number 5. And here's the 1960 Rambler American from Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. Still in that effort of representing each decade with the cars, the Uncle Sam balloon. Balloon 506, Denny, you know what that means? Parade's wrapping up.
Uh-oh, we're getting to the end. Uncle Sam there, passing by the Capitol Rotunda.
Here in Harrisburg, you will find the Pennsylvania National Fire Museum.
The Pennsylvania National Fire Museum in nearby Enola. And here we're going to take a look at some fire trucks from the Pennsylvania National Fire Museum.
Everything from large old
Yeah, this all-volunteer organization opened in November of 1995, showcasing the wide assortment of fascinating firefighting artifacts from days gone by. Everything from large old fire trucks to the smallest of hand tools are on display at the museum.
It is open Tuesday through Sunday, closed on holidays.
Yeah, the group is based in the actual museum is right here in Harrisburg.
Old ladder number 32.
You can actually find the museum on 4th Street if you happen to be in the city. So within a block or so here of the Capitol.
The Lycoming County Band Directors Association was organized in the spring of 1971 by the band directors of the junior and senior high school bands.
Another one of our many marching bands today, Lycoming County represented here with the Lycoming County Marching Band.
Enthusiastic interest in the instrumental
145 participants in this band from Montgomery, Pennsylvania.
And support between band directors and students, and to provide the best musical experiences possible to the instrumental students through
The
festivals
Hughesville,
and exhibitions.
Muncie, and Montgomery area high schools are all participating here.
Are all participating in the Pennsylvania Treasures Parade. Representing Lycoming County, the combined bands of the Hughesville, Muncie, and Montgomery area high schools.
Cooperative effort there. 3 high schools to form the Lycoming County Marching Band, all making the trip in to Harrisburg today for the Pennsylvania Treasures Parade, kicking off the celebration of the Pennsylvania's capital centennial.
That's a fun shot.
From Indiana County, the Blairsville Underground Railroad Passport to Freedom is a newly formed group that started with a DCET grant and the Blairsville Improvement.
From Indiana County, here we have the Blairsville Underground Railroad Committee.
Indiana County Tourist Bureau. Their goals are to educate the public and promote awareness of Blairsville's historic role in the passage of fugitive slaves to freedom. They have recreated an anti-slave rally and the Fugitive Slave Rescue of 1858. The Blairsville Underground Railroad has a museum that is in the process of gathering items to display.
Yeah, Dean, I don't know if you could hear the public service announcer, but the Indiana County Tourist Bureau is putting on these ladies here the Blairsville historic role in the passage of the fugitive slaves to freedom. They're reenacting the anti-slave rally and the Fugitive Slave Rescue of 1858.
The Perry County Council of the Arts.
Next up, a float from Perry County, the Perry County Council of the Arts,
Each living painting
located in Newport, Perry County. Hey, Bill, I tracked down a pretzel guy.
Good job.
There you go, Bill. Help yourself.
Area High School, the Northampton Big and Band.
Another marching band coming by us here from Northampton, the Northampton Big and Band.
Senior high school marching band that has won 2 consecutive Pennsylvania USSBA Group 2 state championships.
In April, the band will be traveling to Disney World
To participate in the Magic Music Days program.
70 participants in this band, Denny, under the direction of Mr. Jeffrey Lancer. USSBA Group 2 state championships, and in April they're going to be traveling to Disney World to participate in the Magic Music Days program. I don't know, toss up Disney World or Hawaii.
Next up, participants from the Verizon Telecom Pioneers.
They're the largest industry-related volunteer organization in the world. Founded back in 1911, they're comprised of nearly 620,000 current and retired telecommunications employees. And their signature project is delivering dictionaries to 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders in schools, libraries, and after-school programs.
Their signature project is delivering dictionaries to 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders in schools, libraries, and after-school programs.
Another one of the cars going by us there, a 1980 BMW convertible.
From Charlie John's, the Lambda Car Club. From Harrisburg, the American Legion Post 733 Soul Steppers Drill Team. Comprised of children ages 4 to 17 from the Harrisburg area.
Here we have the American Legion Post 733 Youth Soul Steppers.
The mission of the Soul Steppers is to have a good time while keeping kids off the streets.
See, they're from right here in Harrisburg, and how's this for a mission? The mission of the Soul Steppers, to have a good time while keeping kids off the streets.
Great. being joined here by Vince Papali, the Grand Marshal today of the parade, and many may recognize the name as you're the topic, or it's the story of you in the new Disney movie Invincible.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting. We're having a great time with that, having a tremendous time out here, and it was good to see the governor and being a part of the 100th anniversary of this magnificent building.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is a great event, and it's definitely an unmistakably fall day, too, so it even feels like, parade weather.
Oh, a little football in the air right now.
Absolutely.
So I guess everybody here rooting for Penn State or Pitt, but go State.
Mr. Polly, any predictions on the Eagles this year? What are you thinking?
Well, we're thinking that we have a run at the playoffs. That was a stinking game against the Giants a couple weeks ago, and hoping that Donovan McNabb can carry him and Brian Westbrook will stay healthy and we'll be okay there. And actually, I'm a big Steelers fan too, because Bill Cowher is a teammate of mine.
That's right. He did play for Philadelphia same time you were
right,
there.
was a teammate of mine. So I'm hoping that Ben or somebody sort of gets it together over there and we get our Steelers back on track.
All right. Well, glad to see you today.
Well,
thanks for being a part of the parade.
Congratulations, Harrisburg and Capitol Building. It's great to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's Vince Papali, former Philadelphia Eagle. If you see the movie Invincible, the new Disney movie, it is his story, and he's here today as the Grand Marshal of the Pennsylvania Treasures Parade, here celebrating the centennial of the Pennsylvania State Capitol.
Well, what people are seeing now is the Sharpsville High School from Middlesex, Pennsylvania, under the direction of Mr. Andrew Erb. 125 participants for the Blue Devil Marching Band, grades 8 through 12. The Sharpsville High School Blue Devil Marching Band. They are the Fiestival champion of both 2001 and 2005, and they too look forward to performing at Walt Disney World in April of 2007.
Another great shot of the band there going by the Capitol. It is quite a sight to see the Capitol building. I'm sure a lot of the participants in the band don't make it to this area, or to the parade rather. A lot of participants in the parade don't make it to this area very often. It's a sight we sort of take for granted being here in Harrisburg, but it really is something to see, that Capitol Rotunda. Next, a group that made the trip south from Wilkes-Barre. This is Arts Universe, and if you look closely, you'll see the members there wearing moon shoes.
Musicians and actors.
This for-profit company created in October 2005 from Luzerne County. Their mission is to bring together all arts under one roof, including artists, poets, sculptors, dancers, potters, musicians, and actors. I wonder where we can get a pair of them moon shoes. helmets.
I think if you're wearing those shoes, you've already thrown fashion sense to the wind. So the helmet's not going to make it any worse. But they're having fun wearing them.
From Russell, Pennsylvania, the 111th Pennsylvania
Next coming by us here,
was recruited in September
the 111th PA Volunteer Infantry
and Erie.
from Russell, PA.
The Potomac, the regiment was involved in many battles, including Cedar Mountain, Antietam, Chancellorsville, and Gettysburg. In January of 1864, the entire regiment re-enlisted. Colonel George A. Cobham from Warren County was the commanding officer.
Yeah, Denny, this regiment was recruited back in September of 1861 from the counties of Warren, Crawford, and Erie. As part of the Army of the Potomac, the regiment was involved in many battles, including Cedar Mountain, Antietam, Chancellorsville, and Gettysburg.
There's a shot down 3rd Street. You can see the parade continuing to flow from North Street. There is the onto 3rd Street there, coming by us now. The Warren Art League.
Given hundreds of scholarships to deserving young people. The Warren Art League also provides quality workshops.
The Warren Art League's been in existence for 52 years and has 85 members. They sponsor a yearly countywide art show for 7th to 12th grade students. Love of the arts is the motivation behind the Warren Art League.
And our artists have painted sets and murals for schools and other nonprofit organizations. Love of the arts is the motivation behind the Warren Art League.
And Denny, we talked to big bands here
Also from Warren,
to start the parade, but how about this one? 250 participants from Warren, Pennsylvania.
Featuring the combined 4 high schools of Warren County School District.
4 high schools in Warren County, all together for this one band. Bill said almost 250 participants today.
Eisenhower Middle High School, Sheffield Area Middle High School, Warren Area High School, and Youngsville High School.
And 4 assistants.
Under the direction of John Warner. It's a hush over the parade at the moment. The anticipation.
It's so long, yeah, getting it up here.
Here we go.
All the way down 3rd Street.
Sheffield Area Middle and High School, Warren Area High School, and Youngsville High School, the combined marching bands of the Warren County School Districts.
Another big cooperative effort there.
School District Marching Band. I wonder if they've caught wind of all the other schools that are going to Hawaii and Disney World. I tell you what, end of the parade's right around the corner, having a great time here in Harrisburg.
Yeah, a little bit of drizzle starting to fall again still, but it wasn't a bad day at all. Feels like fall, and it's a great way to kick off the celebration with the Pennsylvania Capitol Centennial Celebration. 100 years, that great building behind us. Here's Albert the Eagle coming by now, another giant helium-filled balloon. You know, Albert's flying a little low to the ground there. Many other events going on this weekend as well. As part of the celebration for the Pennsylvania Capitol Centennial.
Was formed in March of 2000 as a non-profit organization.
There goes Albert flying by the Capitol building right now.
Provide a wide variety of classes on classical Chinese arts such as dance, music, painting, calligraphy, language, and arts.
Next up is a group from the Chinese Cultural and Arts Institute here in Harrisburg.
Immigrants and children adopted from China to help keep their cultural heritage alive and preserve.
They provide a wide variety of classes on classical Chinese arts such as dance, music, painting, calligraphy, language, and of course arts. They've performed traditional dances at the governor's residence during a state dinner hosted by Governor Ed Rendell to honor the Shanghai Traditional Orchestra back in October of 2004. Well, Denny, as the rain is starting to fall a little bit harder, it seems the parade is just about wrapping up with the York City Schools combined.
Middle school bands from York City Schools, including the York City Middle and High School bands and the William Penn Senior High School band.
Yeah, this will be it. The rain did time it right. You're right, Bill. It's starting to rain a little heavier now, but this will be the last group, the York City Schools combined. It's their band. They're going to be performing here in front of the VIP section for us, in front of the Capitol Rotunda. So we hope you enjoy them. We hope you've enjoyed the parade. On behalf of the crew here on PCN and for Bill Polkowski, I'm Denny Logan. Thanks for watching the Pennsylvania Treasures Parade from the Pennsylvania Capitol Centennial Celebration here in Harrisburg.
And will play 2 songs composed especially for them. We're from York and Old York High. The York City School District is proud that its music program has flourished for so long and that its band has its own fight songs to play.